Okay, welcome back to another episode of the Day After Podcast.
Hi, diddly ho, Survivorinos.
Here we are back with Last Chance 2. Last Chance, the first one was, one of our more liked seasons. Everyone kind of came back with the Fury, and let's see if we can get the kind of the same results.
Yeah. It's always interesting because, a lot of people, they say it's their last time going out and all that stuff on actual Survivor. And I think definitely as we've developed, because I got a haircut recently, I was telling the person cutting my hair about this, but we have our own lore and stuff. And so, everyone here has their own story apart from their actual real life counterpart.
Exactly.
And then we also got these fictional people in the mix, and celebrities. So it's great world building, and the last chance also is good reason to look back on all this.
It's a way for us to look back on this last series. Everyone here was in some way or shape in series 2. Some of them were in series 1 previously, but then also had some decent performances here in series 2, and still have yet to win.
CB, I mean, we'll get to the certain person in a sec, but I feel we brought some people that were, because series 2 definitely had a whole different crazier vibe than series 1. I feel like series 1 was more so about the themes, while this one was more so about the gameplay and the craziness and stuff. If I were to give each one a theme. And yes, it definitely made some stars, whether they're underrated, whether they're Regina George, our 2-time winners, stuff like that, or it just so there were so many great contestants, so many great stories, and so now that I finished pretty much hyping up this season and gushing over series 2, how about we introduce the kids?
Yeah, let's do it. You got the first drive, so why don't you kick it off?
All right, as you notice, quick little thing, this is going to be using the Total Drama Simulator, so brace yourselves, because 22 contestants, and it's you're in for a long one. Grab your popcorn.
This is a big one. I believe our All Stars 2 was 2.5 hours long.
yeah. So, all right, so we got to jump into it. So first up, we have Aurora from our American favorites, or America's
fan favorites.
Basically the people that won the vote for most popular contestant, and the SIA winners. And Aurora was a pretty big standout in that season. We were both kind of Aurora, she's really, really bringing it. And I feel like that alone, she kind of deserves more. She deserves to be here, and especially she doesn't have to worry about Russell. Russell's not here, so she can stand on her own.
Yeah, her previous 2 games had Russell Hansen in it, and kind of was her downfall both times. So now she can try to focus on just her game and not a crazy idol finder's game.
Yeah. All right, next up, we got Becky from Place Your Threats. Now, Becky, I have to amend myself. So part of the reason I chose Adam for what was it, Rivals, was because I thought he won. It was actually Cochran. So silly Ryan.
Yep.
You didn't correct me?
I didn't even think of it.
Because I was looking back, looking for my roster for this and All Stars 4. And, Becky, I was thinking of her, and I was looking back at the season, and whoops, Ryan was wrong there. But Becky was the standout that season. and I think in a much more less thready season. I mean, we have some big people on this season, but
Yeah.
like I think she'll be able to shine more as a result.
Yeah. I mean, I really just was like, oh yeah, Adam kind of was antagonizing a lot of people on that season. So I feel like there's a lot of choices for him as also having a rival. So especially Terry being kind of one of the ones that makes a deep run. I understood it, but yeah, Becky, I almost picked her and Adam for Survivor duos too. They were a pretty tight duo, pretty close. So yeah, I'm excited that you're bringing her back. Honestly.
Oh yeah. All right. Next up, we have my boy. This man, as we were stating earlier, like, yes, he was originally introduced in our very, very first Bransteele, like almost like 2 years ago, back when the channel was new. And, he was on hiatus for a while. He came back once, and now, like in series 2, he has really came into his own. Why this instead of All Stars 4? Well, I'm like, Bob, he's getting up there in years. He's very seasoned. He kind of like Rob C. This might be his last run because, he's done so many. He's feeling a little discouraged.
Yeah.
Even though he's come so close and he's played a phenomenal game. This is like,
this could be his go.
He may consider this his swan song.
Yeah, I think Last Chance is a good choice for a swan song. I think Last Chance and All Star seasons are the best one for you to say, you know what, I'm going to go out there one last time, lay it all out on the island, and see what happens.
Yeah, especially since we'll be reviewing Survivor seasons again as they're coming on. We won't be doing as Bransteeles as much, but they'll come back, and it's like we don't know how that's going to be, but we have time to think, and we got a lot of Survivor to watch in the meantime. That little announcement aside.
Exactly. Isn't it crazy that we just have 2 more of these Bransteeles and then we go back to our typical formats?
Well, I mean, if anything, that's like our atypical format.
Yeah. More people nowadays are watching our Bransteeles than they were watching our reviews.
Yeah, so I still feel like we're all going to talk about Survivor. We're still going to, it's going to be fun to talk about Survivor. But anywho, Bransteeles will always be with us. And Bob Crowley may not always be on our channel, but he, in series 2, this was his series. So come on, Bob.
You got this.
Your last chance. All right. And next up, we're talking about our gray-haired brethren. Well, we don't have gray hair, but Bruce. So I chose Bruce. He was in our Battle with the Host, or forget how we titled some of these. But
yeah. I believe it was Battle of the Hosts.
Yeah, he I like Bruce. He was one where I was sad to see him medically evacuated. He's one of the Survivor contestants I like purely because of personality and who he is, as opposed to just straight up gameplay or something. Because he was kind of on the bottom for the most of it, but he was still trudging along. But that's because they were trying to decimate Terry's numbers and stuff. So I just wanted to bring Bruce back, and plus I didn't want Bob to be the only youngin on the tribe.
Yeah, exactly. We need the old alliance to be able to form too. We gotta have them have a chance. You can't just let them get picked off right away.
Exactly. All right. Next up, we got my boy Davey, who's been sprinkled throughout our Bransteeles. First introduced in Love vs. Loathed, and Davey was someone where, for whatever reason, I forgot about him in season 37, David versus Goliath. But when I was rewatching it, I was like, how could I possibly forget this man? He's so awesome.
Yeah.
And he's one of my favorite modern day players. Very likable. And his track record on our channel has been, I mean, he's made it pretty far. He's made it to like the finale and stuff, but he's also gone pre-merge. Made it like a couple votes into a merge before elimination.
Yeah.
He's been kind of like all over the place when it comes
He's
to
done everything but win.
Yeah. So could this be his time? I mean, he's on Total Drama. It's possible. You know, maybe this format might be more his speed.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, Total Drama is a pretty crazy simulator because it's the pre-merge is very long.
Yeah.
And there's no swaps, there's no idols. And then when we get to the merge, there's shenanigans that happen everywhere.
A lot of tomfoolery.
Yeah.
If you've seen any of our previous Total Drama sims.
Yeah. Yeah, and I also just wanted to point out real fast. Last time we did Total Drama, your tribe did not do so hot. And they were on the Killer Bass. I've now given you the top tribe because typically the top tribe I feel has a better chance of doing well than the bottom tribe.
We all know when it. We've done this enough where for Ryan, if it rains, it pours. It doesn't matter if I'm on the top, bottom, slantways, sideways, north, south, east, west.
I want to give you a chance. I don't want a decimation of your tribe.
We'll see. I never take anything for certain. So we'll see. I would like my team to do good, but you know, we won't know until we get through.
There is like a weird benefit to your tribe being decimated because you play so much that, and because the pre-merge is so long, like that is kind of like the game is your tribe just battling it out.
And there's like 2 or 3 people left, and then like a couple of them come back. Anywho, so next up we got Elsa. Elsa being she was very prominent in our first Fantasy Island. She did pretty well. Didn't do so hot in All Stars. But you know, Elsa is, you know, she's my favorite Disney princess / queen / goddess. And yeah, so I was like, you know, I want to bring her back because when will I get the opportunity again?
Exactly. You know, you always got to bring back your blondes.
Yes. Speaking of blondes, we also have Harley Quinn, who just missed it in Fantasy Island.
And she would have made it if Heather does not play that idol to get herself into the merge instead. In fact, we could have had a very different universe if Heather never had that idol.
Exactly. And you know, Harley Quinn. I mean, I have a poster of her right there. I have a Birds of Prey one. The Suicide Squad, you know, love that movie. My favorite movie of the year so far. Maybe in one of my favorite movies of all time. And you know, she's one of those. She's one of the reasons why. In Survivor, you know, she was a bit of a wild card in Fantasy Island, but obviously Regina, that was her game to win, and we kind of knew that from the start.
Yeah, but at least she's gonna have someone I think that's gonna want to team up with her. That's just a few spots down. We'll see.
We'll get to her in a sec.
Yeah.
But before that, we have Ira Schlossberg. Now, if he looks familiar, that is Ryan, but as the character. So Ira in Fantasy Island 2, you know, like he had a decent little social game in the beginning. Like, you know, it wasn't like heavy or anything, but like his like shy nature and kind of like awkwardness actually shined through here. And he kind of was just on the wrong side of the votes once everything kind of like turned around in Fantasy Island 2. And you know, he just had to go. Which is kind of sad. Hopefully, you know, like he's in high school, which is one of the few contestants that are actually high school age. I think on my tribe, he is the only one of high school age.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
So he might be more in his element here, and we might see his transition in his personality on this season.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
we'll see.
yeah. I'm excited. I'm glad that now both of our fantasy island characters are being able to come back and go one more time. Mine did not do so hot, so I'm hoping that yours
That was sad too.
I didn't even get voted out. Joe the Angel did not get voted out. He got tricked by light.
Manipulated out.
Yeah, so
Manipulated out.
yeah. So let's hope that you do better. You don't have that worry at least.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Next up, we got James Clement. Now, James was one where we surprisingly never really had him until series 2.
Which is
And
crazy.
he performed pretty well. I mean, I thought he was going to win Battle of the Schools or old versus middle versus new school.
Mhm.
And he did pretty well there. Playing idols right in our universe. And
Yep.
yeah, I think it was just like stack seasons, and it was hard to like bring him back because like he was in consideration a few times.
Every time he has been put on a season, he's always ends up just missing the cuts. Like I literally have him as like, he would be the next guy if I could get one more guy.
I honestly kind of forgot about him in a sense because I was thinking of like Bob and Brenda, because like their thing in All Stars 6 was so like prominent that I totally forgot about the whole thing about James and Brenda and their idol stuff.
Mhm.
So yeah, James, he doesn't have to worry about idols here, so we'll see how he gets along with everyone, though he's can be one of the hardest contestants to get along with.
Yeah, that's true. But he is a challenge beast. He's got those muscles. So let's see if he can use them for your tribe.
Yeah. Next up, we got Cleo Cazzo, Ratcatcher 2. And yeah, I chose her. 1, I love the Suicide Squad. 2, she's like my favorite character from it. And 3, I did not like how early she got eliminated in All Stars. I was like, no, that's not right. And so I felt like she was worthy to come back, especially since had the legacy and stuff. I want to give her another shot because I feel like she deserves it. She deserves it.
Yeah. Ratcatcher 2, having a pretty good first showing, but yeah, not really bringing it on the second go around. So really the last chance really for her here is that she's really got to come and perform.
Yeah, and other than Harley Quinn, we also got to remember she had kind of like a bit of an alliance with Ira as well, because they like she willed the legacy to him. That means a lot, especially in this game, giving someone immunity. So maybe this time around, Ratcatcher, I don't know how close rats and gophers are related in the species pool. I don't think at all. Are gophers rodents? I don't know.
I think so, right?
Maybe. Things to Google. But yeah, so I hope she does well, at least makes it to the merge here.
Sounds good.
And last but certainly not least, we got Chantel Smith from our 41, was aligned with Ricard, making it pretty deep into the game. But that one between Danny McRae's utter victories and stuff, like it was hard. People had to go. And originally I was going to choose Evie or Evie, but because I was since more information on the cast has been out recently, I've been reading up, looking at some of the videos, and like I just love Chantel's personality so much. I was reading how she had like a Xena warrior princess birthday party and she's in her 30s, and I'm like, that is exactly how I want to be as an adult. I mean, I think I'm pretty much there. We look at my bedroom and my stuffies. So yeah, and I feel like there being like a female winner and stuff, and we haven't had one in a long time in actual Survivor. I think she may be the one. I think like I have like my top three, and I think it's personality that makes her just a little above Ricard, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. We'll see. I still think she's gonna be someone who goes very far but just misses it, like comes up kind of just short.
I think what's gonna happen is all the big fish are gonna kind of like cannibalize each other near the end. We'll get into this in our other one.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be like a big fish thing, and then Chantel is going to make it out. But we'll see. Yeah, but before we see her win Survivor 41, let's see how she does in Total Drama Island.
Exactly. Okay, so that's your tribe, the Screaming Gophers. Let's now move over here to my tribe, where we're going to start off with a pretty big name, I think, on this tribe, and that's Anya Taylor-Joy. Yeah, performing pretty well. Honestly, you know, she's done pretty well overall on her seasons. She could even maybe be in contention already for All Stars 8, but we have kind of a rule that if we're bringing them back here for this last chance, we have to kind of judge them on this season and not their previous ones that could be counted. So she's kind of betting it all now on performing well here to get into All Stars or to win.
Which is kind of risky too, because, you know, kind of like similar to Bob, which is nice that, you know, they're both back on the same season again. Similar to Bob, you know, like they could have easily made it into, you know, All Stars 8, but they are choosing to be a part of Last Chance. Yeah. I think that like extra boost of like, all right, it's all or nothing here.
Yeah, this is also her third time out in a row. So if she does really good here, she could be our first 4-time returner.
We'll see.
Okay, next up, someone who I can't wait to see on Survivor 41. Someone who I don't think he's gonna win. Like this is I should say I don't think he's winning, but I do think he's gonna be very entertaining and probably going around like I don't know like eighth. Like I see him getting like an 8th place.
I see him right before the merge. I feel like he's going to be I think he's going to be a pre-merge villain. Like there's going to be drama.
I just don't see how he becomes a villain. He's just a good guy.
I even like looking at the stuff, I'm like, I see how there might be conflict on whatever tribe. I just sense it. Just like how I sensed Nasir was a good guy all along.
This is your wrong. We're Brad. I'll admit I was wrong about Nasir, but you're wrong about Brad here.
I feel it in my jellies.
Okay. Well, he did pretty good making it to the end. Not only getting a couple votes, not enough to secure even a 2nd place. But we'll see if he can manage to make another deep run in this one.
Yeah, all of my predictions on his personality aside, he did perform very well on our Survivor 41 prediction simulator. So who knows? He might do well here.
Exactly. Okay, next up, we have Brian Heidick. An interesting little story about this one. Originally, Ryan actually had him on his tribe, but switched him out with Bob. And then I was like, wait, I was going to pick Brian, but I saw your list first, so I didn't pick Brian. Now I'm going to replace someone on my tribe with Brian. So
yeah, there was a little bit of there was kind of a lot of like switching around on my side at the beginning. I was at work trying to like think of everything. I was like, all right, I got it. And I was like, changed my mind on a few things. I also didn't know we were doing our Total Drama Simulator. So I was like, oh wait, I think I want to sub Harley Quinn from Elsa. And for you, those of you at home, you don't know how hard of a decision that would be for Ryan to make. And thankfully, Joe saved me from that decision.
Yes, I was just like, no, we're gonna do Total Drama. You can have the extra girl.
Yeah. Yeah. Because my logic was like, well, Harley Quinn's only played once, Elsie's played twice. I kind of want to give Harley Quinn some love. So it all worked out. Yeah, Brian was someone where, you know, he was one of the ones that was always kind of like thought about and stuff in series one. And so like Love versus Loathed was like perfect for Brian because like he's one of the most I would say hated in the sense of like villain slash the way he played the game. Nothing like other than, you know, the real life controversy, but like even then it's like, so what if he's, you know, done for or whatever. But like but you know, like aside from like any serious controversy, just like purely on him, he is one of the like least like winners or the ones you love to hate.
There's not a lot of opportunities that he comes back, and Love vs. Love really was one of those few opportunities where it's like, yeah, that makes sense to bring Brian into that season. And honestly, he's done pretty well the times he's been out there. So
I could have seen him in Suicide Squad or All Villain season.
Yeah, I could have seen that too.
But yeah.
Okay, next up we got Christy Hoffbeck, and she's kind of been a bit of a villain in a sense, or a bit of an antagonist, especially to Terry. Her storylines with Terry Dietz have been very interesting, where she costs him a win, or he could have won. He pretty much should have won, but she throws her vote on someone else just so he doesn't get the win, pretty much. So, and then it comes back and is the first boot. Wasn't it like a rock draw too?
Rock draw, because she changed her vote and I changed my vote.
Yeah,
and then therefore we both canceled each other's flop, and so like she ended up going home as a result.
Yeah, and you know, I do like to try to give these first boot rock draws a chance if they deserve it. And I gotta say, you know, I think she's done pretty good previously too. So I think I think she needs one last go at it.
Yeah, I agree.
Next up, we got one of my favorite musical comedians. We got Danny Sexbang from Ninja Sex Party. You know, making it to the end in Celebrities 3, getting the second most votes, and really, you know, just kind of got carried a little bit, to be fair, by Vlad. Vlad did a lot of heavy lifting in that season in terms of getting who he wanted to the end.
Yeah, I mean, Danny was no slouch either. Like, you know, he contributed quite a bit to the game itself. It's just like Vlad was more of played like a similar game to like a Regina or Russell Hands, where it was pretty obvious, like, you know, he was kind of like calling the shots and everything, and he had a pretty big like villain winner at it. But like Sexbang was still there doing stuff, like, you know,
he was like a sleeper threat. Like he was playing a very good social game. Like he was bonding with people, and that's how he got some votes at the end. Was just, you know, people didn't like him. Just in terms of actual gameplay, he wasn't doing too much.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, we got Jason Linden, someone who has received a bunch of votes, and just it seems like every time he comes out here, he is being targeted.
It's sad. Like, you know, he was kind of endearing, and there was like something about him in Island of the Idols, and you know, but you know, like I know you were rooting hard for him, and then you know he was, you know, a pre-merge boot, but like
it was brutal.
Yeah, but he in Unsung Heroes, he was definitely he did some singing. Everyone was listening. People didn't like his singing. That's why he got the votes. But
he literally, like, every time he could go to tribal, he received votes. Like it was crazy.
Yeah. Who knows how this might work out? Like pre-merge is pretty big here, as we said, but we can just make it to the merge. There's a lot of tomfoolery, so who knows? That might be his. That might be his advantage.
His wiggle room can come in that.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, we got another person from Island of the Idols. We got Krishma Patel. Yeah, she's also been, one of my favorites, making it pretty far the few times that she's been on this series. And yeah, I mean, I'm a huge Krishna fan. I was singing her praises on the season, singing her praises after the season, before the season.
I know. In rewatch, I'll admit, it was like easier, or I wouldn't say easier. It was whenever you rewatch a season, you kind of like truly see someone's gameplay, and seeing her like gameplay, yeah, she doesn't have the best control over her emotions, but like when push comes to shove, like Karishma can pull through.
Yeah, she definitely has a very rocky start, I gotta say. And I think I think when we were first watching, especially when you're sitting with it for sometimes, some people, I think it sat with them the wrong way, and they just kept thinking that for the rest of the season. But like, if you can really look past like those few episodes in the beginning where she's just a complete wreck.
Oh, come on, she was so when she was doing the squirming thing in the sand. It was so.
I mean, it was funny. It was funny. Just no one was like paying her any attention.
Karishma, come on.
And her and Applebee's, that was one of the greatest Survivor moments ever.
Her and Applebee's. Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we got Uraraka, someone who it seems like keeps getting right to the end and gets cut right before a jury can give her votes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just like she is a good player. She deserves better. It's a little unfortunate, she is on Last Chance. Who knows how far she'll make it, but kind of like similar to Ira, she's more in her element, one of the only teenagers out here on the island for like show that was based on like Survivor, but for like teenagers or tweens, which was the main demographic of that show. But she does good. She's memorable. She's somewhat, like I said, she was like Lisa 2.0, and the sequel I feel was better, and Uraraka built upon what the groundwork that Lisa paved.
Exactly. Yeah, she's definitely a threat. If she can just manage to get to the end, there is no votes on Total Drama. You do have to win a challenge, so it becomes a little more tricky in that regard. But if she can manage to get to the end, I think she has a good chance to do good.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Next up.
One of my.
What?
I was like, all right. Okay. I know. I'm excited for the next contestant.
So for Ted Lasso, I called right when he got eliminated that I have to bring him back for Last Chance. There was just no way. He was a merge boost, so I wasn't going to bring him back for All Stars, but for Last Chance, I can't let his story end.
I know. There. He's such a lovable guy. Yeah. And like the new season is fire. Like there were some times I was like, Ryan was every Friday he's glued to his seat, like hoping for the best for everyone on that show. And yeah, Ted is even Ted's arc this time around is very interesting. And I wonder if he's gonna bring out some lead tasso. Yeah. And,
that would be interesting if he just starts grandly antagonizing his tribe.
Yeah. but yeah, I love Ted Lasso, the show. I love Ted Lasso. So hopefully his charm and positivity. He could be kind of the Owen of this season.
Yeah,
I
I
can
can see
totally
that.
see it.
Yeah, just being super likable. Like honestly, I think if you're just likable and you're on a good tribe, I think that you can do very good on this season. Like,
Exactly.
yeah. Cool.
Exactly.
Okay, and then we're going to another Fantasy Island character. I like how all three of my Fantasy Island people were in a row here. One of them from Fantasy Island 2, or two of them from Fantasy Island 2. But this one from the original. We got Yzma, a pre-merge boot, very much an antagonist of the pre-merge, a pre-merge villain through and through. And frankly, I love Fantasy Island 1. I think it was, one of our best seasons we've ever done. And I want to be able to bring back someone else from that season, and this is probably Yzma's last chance.
Yeah, it is her last chance. Yeah, good. She was a solid. She definitely was a solid pre-merge villain. And I kind of called it that she wasn't going to last too long, but at the same time, she made it entertaining on her way to that point. So especially on Total Drama, where big personalities really stick out, I feel like Yzma will probably be right at home here.
Yeah, she can be the Heather of the season, maybe.
a little bit of Scott from Total Drama, Revenge of the Island.
Yeah.
With all the evil schemes and stuff. A bit of Max from Total Drama Patateo Island. If you got that far.
By the way, did you hear that they I don't know if I talked to you about this yet, but they have 2 more seasons of Total Drama that they're working on?
Yeah, it's kind of like a soft reboot. And it's interesting, and this could always be a topic we go cover, but they're kind of like in Survivor, trying to be a more diverse cast, and they're also doing they haven't obviously released too much info, or last time I checked, there wasn't too much info on the cast themselves other than, more diversity. I think one character might be an amputee. And, some more like modern day challenges. Like I heard there was something like TikToks being made to drag.
Yeah, they were trying to do like a lot of social media crazes as some challenges.
Which I think kind of makes sense for if they're trying to get people back in to kind of go in that direction. But
well, honestly, when it comes out, we might have to do some coverage of that. See what how we would review a season of Total Drama.
Well, I mean, HBO, from what I understand too, it's going to be like an HBO Max thing. So like HBO Max, usually they do 1 or 2 episodes per week. At least that's what they did with Generations. Now, Generations, very different show than Total Drama, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, but yeah, Yzma, I'm hoping that we can see her be a bit of a villain again. I wanna see her get into some trouble, some shenanigans.
I honestly think she'll do well here. And that's not me just saying that so she gets eliminated early. I genuinely think. Promise.
Okay, and then last one on my tribe, the only representative from our first boost season, we got Zay Knight.
Yep.
I basically picked him mostly because I wanted to bring one first boots to the season.
Yeah.
It was between him and David Sampson. I had one of those two. I decided Zay Knight would be funnier to bring back.
No, I agree. I mean, I was thinking back. I almost brought Marisa. There were a few in my pool from that season, but I'm glad we got some love from there. So yeah.
Exactly. So that's our season. Let's who are you rooting for most on your tribe?
I'd say it's kind of, I would say out of the Survivor people, I want Bob to win, or Davey. Out of the non-Survivor people that are here, I want to see Cleo do well. I want to see Harley do well, and I would love to see Ira do well, and Elsa too. So
All of the fantasy characters.
All the fantasy people, and Bob and Davey and Chantel. I chose this list for a reason. So yeah.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of ones that you like on there. I'm rooting for Bob. Bob is someone I want to see at least make it to the merge of this kind of season.
I feel like I feel like he's the most deserving to win TBH. He's been through so much.
Exactly. Okay. And then on my tribe, I'm rooting a lot for Ted Lasso. I think he's one of my top ones. Same with Anya Taylor-Joy. I'm rooting for her. I guess those are kind of the two top, and then I have like a few other ones that I just like, I want them to do good, but not like I want them to win. Like I want Ted and Anya to win.
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
Any thoughts on my tribe? Anyone that any differences or anyone else you're rooting for?
I agree that I want those two. If any two win on your tribe, those would be the two of them. Though I will say I would be very interested if this is the time that Karishma wins, because she's also been like she's not one of our most talked about like contestants on like gameplay wise through our Bransteeles. However, she has been a constant in it for quite some time. Like she's been sprinkled in our channel quite a lot. So like I would say wins, that would also be like a it was like good for her. She's played enough times to like muster up a win.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, this should be good. Are you ready to get into it?
Let's do it.
Okay, proceed. Okay, so show relationships. Bruce and Aurora feel mutual slight dislike towards one another.
All right.
Davey and Bruce feel mutual slight bond towards one another.
I like that.
Ira and Bruce feel mutual slight bond towards one another.
Bruce's social game coming in.
Yeah, he's not liking Aurora.
Yeah.
Davey and Becky feel mutual slight dislike towards one another.
Is it just guys versus gals on this tribe?
It seems like it. Jameson feels a slight bond towards Davey.
All right.
Chantel feels a slight bond towards Bruce.
All right. Nice.
James and Aurora feel mutual slight bond towards one another.
Okay.
Harley and Becky feel mutual slight dislike towards one another.
Well, I feel these two, if they were stuck on an island, they probably wouldn't get along.
They would not. It would be they're polar opposites, I'd say.
Yeah.
Ratcatcher 2 feel a slight dislike towards Elsa.
Elsa doesn't like rats.
Bruce and Becky feel mutual slight bond towards one another.
All right.
Okay, Bruce though, really.
He's making his alliances kind of known. Like he's already playing right from the top.
Exactly. Let's see what goes over here. Ted and Brian feel mutual small bond towards one another.
Ted sees the good in him.
Yep. He sees the good in everyone. He sees Jamie and Brian.
Exactly.
Karishma feels a slight bond towards Brian.
Right.
Ted feels a slight bond towards Jason.
Reminds him of Coach Beard a little bit.
Yep. Choco and Brad feel a mutual slight bond towards one another.
Very peaceful on your tribe so far.
Yeah. Jason and Danny feel mutual slight bond towards one another.
Yeah.
Brian and Anya feel mutual slight bond towards one another.
Just all the love.
We're just getting along. Karishma and Brad feel mutual slight bond towards one another.
Yep.
Ted and Chrissy feel a mutual slight bond towards one another.
Ted's just positivity just spread throughout your tribe.
Yeah, everyone, like Ted has basically made it so that no one can hate each other. He has just created this atmosphere where everyone is believing in each other. They're like, we could get it. Let's all just get to the end together. Like we can all win as a team.
Exactly. We might not see Led Tasso here. He's already coming up too strong.
Ochako and Anya feel a mutual slight bond towards one another.
All right.
Zane and Jason feel a mutual slight bond towards one another.
Yeah.
And that's it. So just everyone loving. Yeah, there's no hate. Okay. Invincibility challenge. 3 campers on your tribe are sitting out and must wear chicken hats. And those are Bruce, Davy, and Ratcatcher 2.
Why?
And
why?
Yzma does not want to jump. And so she must wear a chicken hat. That makes a lot of sense, I think.
Yeah. For me, I feel like Sebastian gets a little chicken hat for him.
Yep, yeah. Since they both didn't jump, they both have to wear chicken hats.
Exactly.
But the Killer Bass get the wagons, and Chris deems the Killer Bass hot tub better. So the Killer Bass win invincibility.
Well,
let's see what happens then. Davy and Harley bond strongly.
Oh, yeah.
Chantel is impressing the rest of the team. And a new alliance forms between Bob, Bruce, and Chantel.
All right, I like this.
And a new alliance forms between Ira and Ratcatcher 2.
Yep, the Fantasy Island 2 peeps are getting back together.
Yep. And then let's see targets. Harley is targeting Becky.
All right.
Harley does not like Becky.
Really?
Aurora is targeting Elsa. Aurora does not like Elsa.
But they work together.
Ratcatcher 2 is targeting Bruce. Ratcatcher 2 considers Bruce somewhat weak. Bruce somewhat weak.
All right.
And Elsa is targeting Davy. Elsa considers Davy somewhat weak.
Elsa, no.
And Bruce is targeting Ratcatcher 2. Bruce has a slightly negative opinion about Ratcatcher 2 and considers her a little weak. That one is a really in-depth version of these other ones.
Specific on why.
I just imagine him just like in the confessional, just showing it up and being like, so I'm choosing her because she has a slightly negative opinion. I have a slightly negative opinion about her, and I consider her a little weak.
He's getting drunk in confessional too, like, he's been known to do that. And so he's like, this, that, and he's drunk explaining everything.
Exactly. Okay, Uraraka is impressing the rest of the team. Brian is impressing the rest of the team.
All right.
Yzma is impressing the rest of the team. Everyone's
just all good on your tribe.
Okay, a new alliance forms.
Well, that's
what?
That's just so they're good for like 3 eliminations.
Yeah, Anya, Brian, Jason, Krishma, Uraraka, Ted, Yzma, and Zane all have formed an alliance.
Yep.
That is a very strong alliance.
Yeah, that your team, they're good. They're good.
Okay.
All right. So, I don't know. I don't want to say names because I'm going to throw it out there. Becky.
I was going to say Becky too.
All righty.
Okay. First marshmallow goes to Ira.
Yay.
Second marshmallow goes to Becky.
Well, fuck.
Well. Third marshmallow goes to Bob.
All right.
Fourth marshmallow goes to James. Fifth marshmallow goes to Elsa.
All right.
Sixth marshmallow goes to Chantel. Seventh marshmallow goes to Harley Quinn. Okay.
All right.
It's between Aurora, Bruce, Davy, and Ratcatcher 2.
I think Bruce is in too good a position. I don't want it to be Cleo. I don't want to be I'm gonna have to say because I really like Davy and Ratcatcher 2.
You're gonna say Aurora?
Bruce, I have to say Aurora just purely because I think Bruce is safe.
Yeah.
I don't want the other 2 to go. So I'm gonna have to say
Aurora's the better more palatable option, I suppose.
Yeah.
First person who goes
Mother-
Aurora.
Don't.
That's marshmallow goes to Bruce.
No.
It's either Davy or Ratcatcher 2.
I don't know which is worse. Probably. Don't let it be.
And the 10th marshmallow goes to Davy. Ratcatcher 2 is the first boot.
That was the worst one.
Wow. That was like your number one.
She was number 2. Ratcatcher 2.
Okay, so Aurora voted for Bruce. Becky voted for Ratcatcher 2. Bob voted for Davy. Bruce voted for Ratcatcher 2. Davy voted for Ratcatcher 2. Elsa voted for Ratcatcher 2. Harley Quinn voted for Ratcatcher 2. Surprising. Ira voted for Davy. James voted for Bruce. And Ratcatcher 2 voted for Bruce. And Chantel voted for Davy. Damn.
Well, that is not good.
Yeah. She can always come back though. That's the thing, that we have 2 returners. They can happen at any point. Anyone could just randomly come back into the game.
That is fair. But you don't like having to rely on that.
Yeah, it is very. It's a hit or miss. Okay, let's see some alliances. So yeah, you just got Bob, Bruce, and Chantel as the alliance.
Pretty much.
Bruce feels a strong bond toward Chantel. Bob feels a medium bond toward Chantel. This alliance, really liking everything.
Yeah.
Aurora feels a medium bond towards Chantel. James feels a small bond towards Aurora.
Right.
Elsa feels a small bond towards Chantel. Becky feels a small bond towards Chantel. Chantel and Ira feel a small mutual bond towards one another. Chantel, like, what is?
Yeah.
She's playing a great game.
Chantel and Bruce,
Yeah. Bruce and Aurora feel mutual medium dislike towards one another.
That could spell bad news for Aurora.
Yeah, I think that might be Aurora.
You don't mess with Bruce.
Aurora feels a small bond towards James. Davy and Bruce feel a mutual small bond towards one another.
And
that's it there. Okay. Alliance is here. We got the big alliance there where a lot of people are feeling somewhat comfortable.
Yeah.
Danny feels a strong bond towards Yzma.
All right.
Yzma and Anya feel a mutual strong bond towards one another. Karishma feels a medium bond towards Yzma. Uraraka and Jason feel mutual medium bond towards one another. Anya feels a medium bond towards Uraraka. Jason feels a medium bond towards Ted. Danny feels a medium bond towards Uraraka. Ted and Brian feel a mutual medium bond towards one another. Karishma and Brian feel everyone's just enjoying Uraraka and Yzma. Just all good times over here.
All right, the Awake-a-thon.
So 7 campers complete part 1 and are treated to the part 2 feast. So I guess these 7 are the ones competing. Or Becky, Brian, Chrissy, Danny, James, Jason, Yzma.
All right. That's like 2 of mine and 5 of yours.
Yeah. Okay. Anya from Killer Bass falls asleep.
All right.
Davy from Screaming Gophers falls asleep. Elsa from Screaming Gophers falls asleep.
Your magic, stay awake.
Chantel from Screaming Gophers falls asleep. They're down to 7.
I feel like
Karishma falls asleep from the Killer Bass. Uraraka falls asleep. Becky falls asleep. Bob falls asleep. They're down to 5. Yzma falls asleep. They're down to 7. Brad falls asleep. They are down to 6. Harley Quinn falls asleep. They are down to 4.
Fuck.
Jason falls asleep. They are down to 5.
All right, it's still
Danny
neck and neck.
Sexbang falls asleep. It's tied 4-4. Zane falls asleep. 3 for Killer Bass, 4 for the Gophers. Ted Lasso falls asleep. They're down to 2. Christy falls asleep. They are down to 1.
Come on, Gophers. We only got one more.
James falls asleep. They are down to 3. Ira falls asleep. They are down to 2.
Ira.
Aurora falls asleep. They are down to 1. It is a showdown.
No, come on, no.
And Brian falls asleep. Bruce survives. Wow, that was a crazy showdown.
That was very touch and go. It was very back and forth.
Yeah, it started with you going down, then we tied it up, then you had more, and then suddenly it got back to being tied at 1-1. That was great.
I mean, in this the thing about total drama, if you don't have numbers, you're always at a bigger disadvantage in all the challenges. So
yeah, it's really easy for it to just snowball, where it's like, oh, you lose the first few challenges, well, you're not winning any more challenges.
I did the very first total drama simulator I did here. It was one person left on the tribe, and they had to partner up with a scarecrow. Because there was no one left on the tribe, and it was down to the part where it had to be duos. And she lost because it was just like there's no one else.
Scarecrow. Yeah,
exactly.
That's unfortunate. So yeah, it's good that you're getting a win here. So at least you can try to stop that.
Precisely.
Show events. Harley is impressing the rest of the team. Bob and Elsa bond slightly.
Yay.
A new alliance forms between Bob, Elsa, Harley, Ira, James, and Chantel.
I dig this. It's 6 of us. That means there are 4 people to eliminate ahead.
Exactly. You guys have the numbers now. This could be the final 6 on your tribe.
Potentially, yeah. I can get behind this.
Okay. Brad and Chrissy find something in common.
Very toothy smiles.
Brian and Ted find something in common. They are really getting along.
Yeah.
Jason and Karishma find something in common. Has a lasting impact. And a new alliance forms between Anya, Jason, and Ted.
Ted is the MVP on your team right now.
Yeah. And then another alliance forms between Brad, Danny, and Karishma.
All right.
Let's see who we're targeting, because so far, everyone likes each other. Brad is targeting Anya. Brad has a slightly negative opinion about Anya, apparently.
So now everything comes out.
Yep. Anya is targeting Brad. Anya has a slightly negative opinion about Brad.
I think it's got to be Brad, man.
Chrissy is targeting Yzma. Chrissy likes Yzma, but is least aligned with her.
Nice.
Danny is targeting Chrissy. Danny has a slightly negative opinion about Chrissy. Brian is targeting Danny. Brian has a slightly negative opinion about Danny. Brian's like, I'm the only one that can be about sex on this tribe. You can't be Danny's sex bang.
Yeah, that was my porn name. All right, so I'm not bullying. I'm just saying I think it might be Brad because of this little mutual pissing contest between her and Anya and Brad. I want Anya to make it out of it.
I don't want it to be Brad, so I'm gonna say Chrissy because Chrissy also was one of the people being targeted. I think there's a few different people that were against her, so yeah, I'm gonna say Chrissy.
All right, let's see.
First marshmallow goes to Zane.
All right.
Second marshmallow goes to Karishma. Third marshmallow goes to Ted. Of course, Ted.
Of course.
Fourth marshmallow goes to Yzma. Fifth marshmallow goes to Brian. Sixth marshmallow goes to Jason. Seventh marshmallow goes to Danny. Okay, we're down to Anya, Brad, Chrissy, Uraraka.
I gotta say, Brad.
I'm still going to say Chrissy.
I'm gonna say Brad.
First marshmallow, eighth marshmallow goes to Anya.
All right, good.
Ninth marshmallow goes to Uraraka. We are down
Oh,
to
one of
Brad
us
or
is-
Chrissy.
One of us is gonna be right. One of us is gonna be wrong.
10th marshmallow goes to Brad. Brad stays in it a little longer.
Fucking Brad.
So Anya voted for Brad. Brad voted for Chrissy. Brian voted for Brad. Chrissy voted for Brad. Danny voted for Chrissy. Jason voted for Chrissy. Karishma voted for Chrissy. Uraraka voted for Brad. Ted voted for Brad. Yizma voted for Chrissy. And Zane voted for Chrissy. So Ted actually not being on the right numbers here.
I think maybe he just didn't want it to be, Chrissy. As in, like, he didn't want to vote the person that was going home,
Yeah, he's too good to do that.
Exactly.
Let's see some relationships. Bruce feels an unbreakable relationship toward Chantel.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Bob feels a strong bond toward Chantel. Bob feels a strong bond towards Harley. Aurora feels a medium bond towards Chantel. Elsa and Bob feel mutual medium bond towards one another. James and Becky feel mutual medium dislike towards one another. Finally, some dislike happening.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like I said, I feel like those two wouldn't get along IRL.
Yeah. Elsa feels a medium bond towards Chantel. James and Ira feel a mutual medium bond towards one another. James and Aurora feel mutual medium bond towards one another. And Bruce and Aurora feel mutual medium dislike towards one another. Bruce and Aurora, I still think that they might be going having a showdown here.
Yeah, I think it might be Aurora if it's one of the two.
Any alliances? Uraraka feels an unbreakable relationship towards Yizma.
It's probably not the best person.
Not the best choice. Danny feels a strong bond towards Yizma. Anya feels a strong bond towards Yizma. Yizma
Okay.
just
playing
great. Karishma feels a strong bond towards Yizma. Anya feels a strong bond towards Uraraka. Danny feels a strong bond towards Uraraka. Karishma and Brian feel a mutual strong bond towards one another. Ted and Brian feel a mutual strong bond towards one another. Uraraka and Jason feel a mutual strong bond towards one another. And Ted and Jason feel a mutual strong bond towards one another.
Right,
Just great old time. But now we got Dodge Brawl.
Come on, go first.
Okay, so 5 campers are selected from the Screaming Gophers. We got Becky, Bob, Davey, Elsa, and James going up against Brad, Brian, Ted, Yizma, and Zane. And the Killer Bass win the rounds.
I mean, they got Ted, so I'm not too surprised.
Yeah. Ted knows how to coach. Dodgeball, it's just like football and soccer. It's got a ball.
Exactly.
5 campers are selected for Screaming Gophers: Aurora, Bruce, Davey, Ira, and Chantel.
Come on, guys.
And 5 campers are selected for Killer Bass: Brian, Jason, Karishma, Uraraka, and Ted. And Killer Bass win the round. They win 2 points.
Come on, we gotta turn it around.
Okay. Game 3 has Bob, Davey, Elsa, Harley, and Chantel versus Anya, Brad, Danny, Uraraka, and Yizma. And Killer Bass win in a clean sweep.
Well,
and just like that, you're going back to tribal.
Yeah.
Okay, Davey and Harley bond slightly. Aurora has a major meltdown.
I do think it is Aurora.
I think it's Aurora. A new alliance forms between Elsa and Ira. You're forming just some little alliances here.
Exactly. Ira knows how to build bonds. It's his awkwardness that's endearing, and people see it.
Harley is targeting Becky. Harley considers Becky somewhat weak.
Yeah.
Becky is targeting Davy. Becky strongly dislikes Davy.
Becky, you have to go.
Yeah, Becky is kind of she might be one on outs too. Bruce is targeting Elsa. Bruce does not like Elsa. Elsa is targeting Aurora. Elsa extremely despises Aurora.
You.
Wow, when they go to tribal, like the real thoughts of everyone is coming out. Like when they're not going to tribal, like they're like, oh, we love everyone, everyone's great. And the second they go, it's just like, I hate this person to the core. Aurora strongly dislikes Bruce, so she's targeting him.
All right.
Okay. An event over here. Karishma and Uraraka bond slightly. Uraraka and Zane find something in common.
That's all the piece.
That's all that happened. Yeah, everyone else just went to sleep early.
Yeah. All right. So I think it's either going to be Becky or Aurora.
Yeah, I think those are the two big ones.
All right. Only one way to find out.
First marshmallow goes to Chantel. Second marshmallow goes to Elsa. Third marshmallow goes to Bob. Fourth marshmallow goes to Bruce. Fifth marshmallow goes to James. Sixth marshmallow goes to Harley. We have 4 people left: Aurora, Becky, David, and Ira. I see what the top of the next one is, so they're safe.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, Ira did nothing wrong here.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just the unfortunate person who just had to also wait for his marshmallow the longest.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I still think it's Aurora, especially with the meltdown.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Aurora too. No, 7th marshmallow goes to Ira. 8th marshmallow goes to Aurora.
It better not be Davy.
9th marshmallow goes to Becky.
This is not right.
Wow, how did that happen?
How did that happen?
Aurora voted for Davy. Becky voted for Davy. Bob voted for Aurora. Bruce voted for Aurora. Davy voted for Becky. Elsa voted for Aurora. Harley voted for Becky. Ira voted for Davy. James voted for Becky. Chantel voted for Davy. So it was so split that it just didn't work out in Davy's favor.
Damn.
Wow. That's unfortunate.
That is very unfortunate. All right. Okay. This is an interesting episode. The talent show.
The talent show. I wonder who's going to get selected for this one.
Yeah.
Relationships. Bruce has an unbreakable relationship toward Chantel. If we get like a few more episodes and it's just the same kind of like everyone's bonding, I think we should just skip these relationships because some of these are becoming very repetitive.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're increasing. Like,
yeah,
we're starting to see more unbreakable ones or strong. Like, we see the relationships.
Yeah, but everyone's just bonding with each other. Like, we're only getting if they're actually targeting each other.
Precisely.
Yeah, so Bob feels a strong bond towards Charlie. Bob feels a strong bond towards Chantel. Elsa feels a strong dislike towards Aurora. Becky feels strong dislike towards James. Chantel and Ira feel a mutual strong bond towards one another.
Yeah.
Elsa feels a medium bond towards Chantel. Aurora feels a medium bond towards Chantel. Chantel is also playing a great social game.
Oh, yeah.
She's everywhere here. And James and Aurora feel mutual medium bond towards one another.
All right.
Okay. Alliances. Relationships. Uraraka feels an unbreakable relationship towards Yzma. Yzma and Anya feel mutual unbreakable relationship towards one another. Karishma feels an unbreakable relationship towards Yzma. Danny feels an unbreakable relationship towards Yzma. Karishma and Brian feel a mutual unbreakable relationship towards one another. Head feels an unbreakable relationship towards Uraraka. No one wants to. They all have unbreakable relationships. At some point, they're gonna have to break these.
Unless my team gets decimated.
Yeah. Anya feels a strong bond towards Uraraka. Head and Brian feel a mutual strong bond towards one another. Danny feels a strong bond towards Uraraka. Ted and Jason feel mutual strong bond towards one another.
All right.
Okay, for the Screaming Gophers, they are selecting Harley Quinn, James Clement, and Chantel.
All right. For Chantel, it's obvious. For her, it's like stand-up comedy and stuff. For James, it's like his strongman stuff.
Yeah, he's like weightlifting. He's gonna weightlift like 600 bench press like 600 pounds.
Yeah, and Harley, she's just blowing shit up.
Yeah, she's gonna be like Gallagher and just like throwing her hammer onto like watermelons and be like, "Ha look at that!" Ha!
Yep. Yep.
So she's kind of doing a bit of a comedy routine too. So we got some comedy on your tribe. The Killer Bass. We got Brian, Jason, and Zane.
Interesting group. I feel Brian, they're gonna have to censor.
Yeah, he thinks he can do a live sex show during it. Zane probably is doing some vaping, I bet he's a vapor, doing some smoke clouds and creating some tricks there.
Right.
And Jason, I'm not sure what Jason's talent would be.
Just being Jason.
Yeah, he's just telling a funny anecdote of this time that him and Nora got a bar after Survivor. Went to a bar after Survivor.
Yeah. All right.
But that gives the win to the Killer Bass.
Here it comes.
This is the decimation. It's gonna start.
No.
Oh.
This is how it starts, guys.
Becky is impressing the rest of the team. Ira and James bond slightly. That's all there.
Targets.
Okay, targets. Becky is targeting James. Becky strongly dislikes James.
I'm scared.
Harley is targeting Becky. Harley strongly dislikes Becky.
Then let's do something about it.
Elsa is targeting Aurora. Elsa extremely despises Aurora. James is targeting Bruce. James does not like Bruce. Okay. I still think we're at a case where it's Aurora or Becky.
No, I think it's going to be James because I don't know. I feel Becky and Aurora have so much plot armor on them right now. Plot armor. The strongest.
The only thing happening on this tribe is Ani and Ted are bonding slightly. So I mean, they got to go at some point.
I think it's James.
I'm going to stick with Aurora. Okay. First marshmallow goes to James. Well, second marshmallow goes to Ira.
That's nice. All right.
Third marshmallow goes to Harley. Fourth marshmallow goes to Chantel. Fifth marshmallow goes to Elsa. Okay, we are down to Aurora, Becky, Bob, and Bruce.
Watch it. I don't want it to be Bob, but I think it's Bob.
Okay, well, I can assure you it is not Bob. He gets the marshmallow.
All right, and then
seventh marshmallow goes to Aurora. It's either Becky or Bruce.
I feel it's Bruce.
Becky gets the eighth marshmallow. Bruce.
The plot armor.
Wow. That is crazy. I thought Bruce was going to make a very deep run.
I thought so. He did so well.
Yeah, he was playing really strong. Everyone was liking him. And then all of a sudden, James was like, I actually don't like him. And I guess people agreed.
That was enough.
So yeah, Aurora voted for Bruce. Becky voted for Bruce. Bob voted for Becky. Bruce voted for Aurora. Elsa voted for Aurora. Harley voted for Becky. Ira voted for Bruce. Jane voted for Bruce. Chantel voted for Becky. So your tribe is like, there's like three factions almost that are just kind of like, because everything's so split. There's no cohesion.
There's the anti-Becky militia, the anti-Aurora militia, and then it's,
it's like the militia that's trying to actually create a good end game, so they're trying to pick out the people who don't benefit them. So,
my God,
wow, that's crazy. I really thought he was going to make it very far in this game.
Just Becky's plot armor is too thick and dense. It's like made out of vibranium, some shit.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of scroll through. If I find anything that looks interesting, I'll mention it. Oh, so Elsa feels extreme hatred towards Aurora.
I just find that so weird.
Yeah, they're not getting along. Becky feels strong dislike towards James. That might be Becky's undoing, though.
I think it's gonna be James's Dead Man Walking once you have Becky's vision.
Her plot armor is too strong.
Exactly.
And man, everyone is in unbreakable relationships.
And let's Shyamalan direct your team.
Yeah. Okay, so Screaming Gophers make it back to camp first, so they win immunity.
Nice.
Hey, you guys get to avoid at least going one more time.
But it's sad because the Unbreakable team is gonna have to break.
Yeah. Aurora and James have a major fight, and Harley and James have a major fight.
James, what are you doing?
he is rubbing the tribe the wrong way. That is not good. Okay. Yisma and Zane bond strongly. That's the only thing that happened there.
Yisma's game is too strong.
Brad is targeting Yisma. Brad has a slightly negative opinion about Yisma.
He recognizes the game.
Uraraka is targeting Danny. Uraraka is least connected to Danny overall. Danny is targeting Anya. Danny likes Anya, but is least aligned with her. Ted is targeting Brad. Ted has a slightly negative opinion about Brad.
Brad has to go then.
And Karishma is targeting Jason. Karishma has a slightly negative opinion about Jason. Yeah, this might be Brad. I want Brad to stay in it, but I actually am kind of leaning towards Brad.
So we're in agreement. Watch him. He's gonna get the first marshmallow.
First marshmallow goes to Zane. Second marshmallow goes to Jason. Third marshmallow goes to Ted. Fourth marshmallow goes to Karishma. Fifth marshmallow goes to Anya. Sixth marshmallow goes to Uraraka. Okay, we have Brad, Brian, Danny, and Yisma.
It's not going to be Yisma. I think it's Brad. It's just simply Brad. The alliance has spoken.
Yep, I think so too. Seventh marshmallow goes to Danny. Eighth marshmallow goes to Brian. It's to Yisma or Brad. Ninth marshmallow goes to Yisma. Brad is going home.
Told you. See, Ted Lasso agrees. Brad Reese. It's like the little kid from The Shining. Brad Reese.
That's unfortunate. That's I feel like the only one who's done really well for Survivor 41 besides that 41 season is Danny McRae. Everyone else has kind of failed. I mean, maybe Chantel can still make a very deep run. She's doing pretty good, but so far the 41 returners are not doing great.
Yeah.
Okay, so Anya voted for Brad. Brad voted for Yisma. Brian voted for Brad. Danny voted for Yisma. Jason voted for Brad. Karishma voted for Yisma. Uraraka voted for Brad. Ted voted for Brad. Yisma voted for Brad. Zane voted for Brad. So Brad, Danny, and Karishma on the outs there.
Okay. It's almost even, so I feel a little better about these.
Yeah. I only have one more person than you so far.
Yeah, and especially this challenge.
Yeah.
This one numbers count a lot.
Yeah, that's true. Did I miss anything? Oh yeah, so yeah, Ellison and Aurora are still not getting along.
Yeah.
Becky and James not getting along. James might go home on your tribe next.
Probably.
Okay.
Just all the way.
And then everyone has unbreakable relationships. Every single one. Okay, phobia factor. Since Cobras have 9 members to 8, one camper on Screaming Gophers will compete twice.
Okay. So
Harley fails to overcome her fear.
What?
She could not do it, I guess. She got scared of what's Harley Quinn afraid of?
One of them being all the trauma that the Joker has put her through.
Yeah. So is it just bringing out the Joker and letting her deal with this?
Mismatched blacks that really you got a slightly darker black than another one on the same outfit. She deems that worthy of death, and she can't.
Yeah. So she just couldn't do it. Jason overcomes his fear somehow and scores for the Killer Bass.
Harley Quinn doesn't, but Jason does.
Elsa fails to overcome her fear.
It's being alone and hurting people she loves.
Danny fails to overcome his fear. Okay. James fails to overcome his fear. Yzma overcomes her fear and scores a point for the Killer Bass.
It's not looking well.
Bob fails to overcome his fear. Ted fails to overcome his fear of divorce.
No.
Becky fails to overcome her fear. Karishma fails to overcome her fear.
Come on. Screaming Gophers.
Aurora fails to overcome her fear.
I think I'm running out of people.
Zane overcomes his fear and scores for the Killer Bass.
Everyone has to.
Chantel fails to overcome her fear.
I can't win right now.
Ryan overcomes his fear.
Yeah, I lost.
And yeah, Killer Bass clinched with the score of 4-0.
That was not the best.
Well, Becky and James are now getting along though. Or is that going to affect it? Becky is targeting James though.
Gearing him in just to slaughter.
Yeah, Bob is targeting Aurora. Bob had a slightly negative opinion about Aurora. Harley is targeting Becky. Harley strongly dislikes Becky. Aurora is targeting Elsa. Aurora strongly dislikes Elsa.
All right, I feel. How thick is this plot armor around Aurora and Becky?
Yeah, because it's James would be the one to go if that plot armor is still there.
I don't like.
But you also have to assume it's going to start running out at some point. They can't make it so far by being targeted or like hated.
I don't know. I just don't know.
Karishma is impressing the rest of the team. Yasmin and Zane find something in common, and Ani and Danny find something in common. Okay. So yeah, I think it's still either Aurora, Becky, or James. So
I think it's James. I don't want it. I don't want to be James, but I have a suspicion because these two are invincible.
First marshmallow goes to Chantel. Second marshmallow goes to Harley. Third marshmallow goes to Ira. Fourth marshmallow goes to Bob. Fifth marshmallow goes to Aurora. We are down to Becky, Elsa, and James.
I don't get rid of Elsa, please.
Yeah. 10th marshmallow or sixth marshmallow goes to Elsa.
All right. Does Becky make it through again?
James gets the last marshmallow. Becky. Going home.
Dock of shame.
Yeah. Aurora voted for Elsa. Becky voted for James. Bob voted for Becky. Elsa voted for Becky. Harley voted for Becky. Ira voted for Becky. James voted for Becky. Wow. So Aurora and Becky are on their real outs now.
Aurora is like, her time might be up.
Yeah, I think the plot armor has, we kept them around a little longer. They got to be around for a little more entertaining television, but
after 4 tribal councils, it's like, okay.
Yeah, it's like, okay, let's move on. Let's get some new hatred here.
A lot of unbreakable stuff.
Yeah, you're starting to get a lot of unbreakable. We still got some hatred here between Aurora and Elsa. Yeah, that's about it right now. So I think it's Aurora if you guys lose another challenge.
Yeah.
And then my tribe has had no ill will like at all.
No.
Okay. So the Killer Bass reached Boney Island first. Screaming Gophers also reached Boney Island. Screaming Gophers reached the other side of Boney Island.
All right.
Killer Bass reached the other side of Boney Island.
Can the
Screaming
Gophers-
Gophers successfully build a rescue fire. Killer Bass successfully build a rescue fire. Killer Bass make it back to the starting line. Killer Bass win invincibility.
This is how it. See, I'm on the wrong side of the numbers, and now it's just going to be like.
Yeah. Now it's just a slaughter.
Yep.
So Elsa is targeting Aurora. Elsa extremely despises Aurora. Aurora is targeting Elsa. Aurora strongly dislikes Elsa. So it's either Elsa or Aurora. So it's probably Aurora.
Probably.
Brian Danny bonds slightly. Krishna is impressing the rest of the team. And Yuzman Zane bonds slightly. Okay, so we know it's either Elsa or Aurora. It's most likely Aurora. I doubt she got the numbers.
I think it's going to be Aurora, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. First marshmallow goes to Chantel. Second marshmallow goes to Bob. Third marshmallow goes to Ira. Fourth marshmallow goes to James. Got Aurora, Elsa, and Harley.
All right.
Fifth marshmallow goes to Harley. And the sixth marshmallow goes to Elsa. Aurora is taken out. Yeah, and unanimous votes.
Yeah.
Not much she could have really done there.
Exactly. All right. This is quite the lead you have.
Yeah, you have an uphill battle now.
Yeah. Okay.
Relationships. Unbreakables though, and that was the James with extreme hatred towards Harley Quinn.
Ooh, no.
Okay, that's the new hates.
And Elsa and Harley.
Yeah, Harley and Elsa. So Harley might be the next one to go.
Maybe.
Harley feels extreme hatred towards James.
Come on. Give me something.
No one wants to fight. Everyone loves everyone. They only will hate each other if they go to tribal.
This
one's really hard if you're down people.
Yeah.
Screaming Gophers have 3 hunters. Screaming Gophers have 3 deer. Whereas the Killer Bass have 4 hunters and 5 deer.
I'm fucked.
Yeah, it's really hard to win if you're down more than 2 people. Ted shoots Bob from the Screaming Gophers. They're down to 2 remaining. Zane shoots Elsa from the Screaming Gophers. They're down to 1. Zane shoots Ira. They are down to 0.
That was too fast, in my opinion.
Wow, that was probably like a 5 minutes of them looking for them. That was just quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Elsa is impressing the rest of the team. Elsa and Harley find something in common. Harley and James bond slightly now, I guess.
All right.
Harley is targeting Elsa. Elsa is targeting Harley.
Shit.
Bob is targeting James. Bob does not like James.
Oh no. It's gonna be one or the other. It's gonna be Elsa or it's gonna be Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
I'm not mentally prepared for this.
Yeah. Zane is impressing the rest of the team. Ted and Yzma bond slightly. And Yzma and Zane create an alliance and a relationship of 9.
Wow.
Yeah. Zane wasn't even the one to bond with Yzma. It was Ted. Okay. So Elsa or Harley.
That seems to be it.
Okay. First marshmallow goes to Ira. Second marshmallow goes to Chantel. Third marshmallow goes to Bob. Fourth marshmallow goes to James.
Ross.
Who do you think? Who do you have the money on?
Both are going to hurt. That's like asking me which child do I want to save, man.
I think Harley Quinn's going home here.
I can't.
Elsa receives the fifth marshmallow. Harley Quinn must walk the dock of shame.
Fucking.
That was the Fantasy Island 1 showdown right here, and Elsa gets the better of it.
This fucking number driven.
Harley is the only one to vote for Elsa. Everyone else voted for Harley. Okay. Final Jesus 5 on your tribe.
Jesus effing Christ. That's
and we don't have the swap or the thing till episode 13, by the way, so we still have quite a bit to go.
Yeah.
A lot of unbreakables. Hey, it looks like your tribe is getting along now after finally getting down to 5.
They have to, otherwise they're gonna lose everyone.
Okay, and my tribe does not want to cause any mischief.
This one, it's not totally number driven, but it would still help.
Yeah, this is one of the ones where if you're at a disadvantage, you can still win relatively easy. But Screening Gophers point Bob as head chef.
That's a wise decision.
And Jason is the head chef for Killer Bass.
Come on, Gophers.
Screaming Gophers win invincibility. They can at least make it one more episode. Man. But you know, this tribe is having to do a lot to stay in it.
Yeah. Because the next one is also a tough one.
Yeah. Elsa and Chantel have a major fight.
Come on, guys. We don't
and
have
James has a major meltdown.
We can just enjoy ourselves.
And Elsa leaves the alliance with Ira.
Elsa, you fucking diva.
Oh, man. Okay, everyone's bonding. Danny and Ted find something in common. They're both wearing blue.
Yeah.
Yzma is targeting Danny. Yzma likes Danny, but is least aligned with him.
Makes sense.
Danny is targeting Yzma. Danny likes Yzma, but is least aligned with her.
I think it's going to be Danny. Yzma is too well received.
Karishma is targeting Jason. Karishma is least connected to Jason overall. He was the head chef. This is a potential where you get rid of the head chef because they were supposed to leave you.
Maybe. All right. So I think either Danny or Jason. But yeah. I'm still thinking Danny because on Yzma's radar.
Mm-hmm. First marshmallow goes to Brian. Second marshmallow goes to Ted. Third marshmallow goes to Uraraka. Fourth marshmallow goes to Anya. Fifth marshmallow goes to Zane. Okay, we got Danny, Jason, Karishma, and Yzma.
All right.
Karishma receives the sixth marshmallow. Jason receives the seventh marshmallow. It's either Danny or Yzma.
I think it's got to be Danny going home.
Yzma receives the eighth marshmallow. Danny, sex bang, must walk the boat of shame. Or the dock of shame. So Karishma and Danny were the only ones voting for Yzma.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so slightly better, though this is another one where numbers kind of help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you got 5, I got 8. So I do have 3 people up on you.
We'll see. We really need to win this one.
Yeah. Relationships, alliances. Yeah, okay. A lot of unbreakables though. Everyone is I think everyone has their alliances that they want for the end game. Oh, except for Chantel, who's immune dislike towards James.
And James and Bob have a mutual dislike, so it's gonna be James if it's tribal, but hopefully not. Hopefully not. Come on.
Yeah, let's see. So this is the extreme trust building first challenge. Bob and James, who just had dislike towards each other. Anya and Jason compete for Killer Bass.
Come on,
and
Bob
Anya and Jason score the point for the Killer Bass. Next up, we got Elsa and Chantel. And Brian and Karishma. And Brian and Karishma win. Another win for the Killer Bass. Sending you down to 4. Ira and Chantel have a minor disagreement.
I'm not feeling good.
Chantel is impressing the rest of the team.
This is not well.
Chantel is targeting James. Chantel does not like James and considers him somewhat weak. I don't think I've ever heard someone consider James somewhat weak except when he gets injured. Ira is targeting Elsa. Ira likes Elsa, but believes her to be the weakest link. And that's it. So it's either James or Elsa.
I feel each are pretty valid, but I want Elsa to make it a little further. Come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna say James here. He's been targeted quite a lot too. He's been on the end of that. First marshmallow goes to Bob. Second marshmallow goes to Chantel. Third marshmallow goes to Ira. Okay. Last marshmallow goes to Elsa. James must walk the dock of shame.
Shit.
But you voted with James, so bit on the outs now.
Maybe. This is not good because there's 2 more. The next one very much needs a lot of people because it's the boot camp one.
Yeah.
And then the one after that is the extreme sports one, and that one can be a little rough.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Relationships. Yeah. Everyone seems to like each other still. And everyone likes each other over here too. Okay, so the boot camp. Yzma is the first person to drop out. They're down to 7.
Understandable.
Elsa drops out. They're down to 3. Chantel drops out. They are down to 2. Ira drops out. They are down to just Bob? And Bob.
They can at least freaking mix it up. Give us something. Give us something.
Your tribe, I think, wants to go to tribal as much as they can.
It's not even. It's come on, simulator, give us something to work with.
Oh my god! Wow. So 7 remain for the Killer Bass. Even if we just did the same amount of people competing, it would not have mattered. Okay, targets. Okay, so Elsa is targeting Chantel. Elsa considers Chantel somewhat weak. Chantel targeting Elsa. Chantel considers Elsa a little weak. I think it's Elsa.
It might end up in a draw, and if it's a draw, it's a random challenge.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I am.
We're going to a challenge, and it's either going to be Elsa or Chantel.
I think Elsa's going on here. I'm going to say Elsa. First marshmallow goes to Ira. Second marshmallow goes to Bob. And Chantel receives the 3rd marshmallow. Elsa must walk the dock of shame.
All right.
Yeah, it was just a straight vote.
Can we at least get the numbers into the next one? Come on, can we just get the 3 of us? It's very unlikely, but come on, give us something.
Yeah, it's got this. It's gonna be great.
No, What planet? Are we watching the same simulator?
No, it's the underdog story. That's what you need.
This dog is getting put down.
Well, think of it. If one of you guys make it to the end, that's going to be the greatest story ever told.
You know, this is like, can the optimism on your team transfer over here? Like,
it'd be great. Yeah, you guys should have been able to take Ted at some point, and your team would have just been totally different.
We're dead.
Okay. Strong bonds.
We're fucked. There's no need to. Kumbaya, kumbaya, la 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 la.
Yep. Okay, Extreme Sports Challenge. You guys got this, though. I believe in you.
I would love, please surprise me. Please surprise me, simulator.
You're competing. Ira is competing for Screaming Gophers against Karishma.
Come on, Ira.
Screaming Gophers win the points.
Okay, we win just one more. We make it.
Okay, challenge number 2. Bob competes for Screaming Gophers.
Bob, please.
Jason competes for Killer Bass. Screaming Gophers win the points. They did it. They actually did it.
We made it to the merge. We made it to the merge.
Somehow.
Us 3.
Man, I did not want you guys to go to tribal. That would have been terrible. Like, these 3 deserve to make it to the merge at least.
This is good.
Okay. Ira and Chantel have a minor disagreement, and Ira and Chantel have a small fight, so one of you 2 would have gone home.
Well, I mean, I feel like this fight is that Chantel didn't earn the win, and she's like, oh, we won, we did it. And I'm like, Ira's a little, his colors are starting to show a bit more, and he's like, Bob and I are the only ones that did anything.
Yeah.
And so this like shy, awkward nerd is starting to show a little bit more sass.
Yeah. You know, we'll see if that translates though into the merge, because now they're gonna have to kind of work together.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Let's see the targets. Ted is targeting Karishma. Ted is least connected to Karishma overall.
Lasso has spoken.
Yep. And then Zane is targeting Anya. Zane is least connected to Anya overall. Brian is targeting Yzma. Brian has a slightly negative opinion about Yzma. Karishma is targeting Ted. Karishma is least connected to Ted. Yeah, that's not good.
Karishma has to go.
Yzma is targeting Brian. Yzma has a slightly negative opinion about Brian.
It's either Karishma, Ted, or Brian.
I think it's Karishma.
We'll see.
First marshmallow goes to Uraka. Second marshmallow goes to Ted. Third marshmallow goes to Zane. Fourth marshmallow goes to Anya. Fifth marshmallow goes to Jason. Okay, we are down to Brian, Karishma, and Yzma. And Brian receives the 6th marshmallow, and Karishma receives them, sending Yzma home. Wow. That sucks.
Well, I said simulator surprise me, and surprise me it did.
That is very unexpected.
Wow.
Huh. Okay. Well, yeah, I really thought it was going to be Karishma here, but Ted, Zane, and Anya voted for Karishma, but that was it. Yzma was voted for Brian, kind of completely out.
Jeez.
Wow.
All right. So these 10 are going to be in our merge. We have 2 more joining, but let's celebrate the people that, aren't going to have to rely on luck to make it there.
Yeah, the ones that actually earned being here.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the girls, we got 4 people competing, and for the guys, we got 6 competing.
All right.
Not too many girl alliances.
Well, I mean, there was only one girl left on my tribe, and so
I guess
like,
that's true. So it's mostly just my tribe's girls with Chantel in the mix. And Chantel is just kind of ostracized.
a little.
Um,
Just me and Bob against the
yeah,
world.
yeah, pretty much. So 3 members of the guys who have finished. Girl score. I'm just gonna. Do we want to watch all of these?
There's no stakes here.
There's no stakes. So the guys win rewards
Nice.
with 5 points. Okay, Chantel is impressing us. The team, Karishma and Chantel find something in common. Chantel's trying to get her way in.
All right. And for the guys.
Nothing
All right. Ira, good job. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's our 10, but there's 2 more coming. Should we just wait until the other 2 join and then we can
let's get the full merge.
Yeah.
We got Harley Quinn returning and Elsa returning.
Yes. Okay.
These were the 2 that you were like, oh no, not one of them.
All right. I'm very, very happy. I'm very happy with this return.
Wow, that honestly, this could have changed up a lot of things now. There's
All right. I'm very satisfied with this.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
So
now it's a 5-7, right?
Let's do a little assessment. We've come so far. So there's not your tribe. It does seem like the head honcho is Ted. Ted is playing a pretty great game. The only one that kind of compared was Yzma. Yzma's gone now. Karishma also, pretty good social games, stuff like that. That's my little assessment on your team, but it's kind of hard because your team was kumbaya the whole time, so we really didn't get to see too much.
Yeah, there were very few tribals that they actually went to.
Exactly. On my side, I'd say the 3 that made it, they're all good. I'd say the only one that may have had the thing is, these 3 were likable, and they're usually one of the ones that got the first marshmallows anyway. And it just came down to the point where it was just like, well, Elsa has to vote for someone, and that someone was just so happened to be Chantel. Or Chantel, sorry, there's a Pokemon character whose name is Chantel, and so like just used to saying that more. And Harley Quinn, had that little beef with Elsa. James was kind of like the little sandwich in between the 2, but so like them coming back with a vengeance. So I will say, yes, my side has, the more fighting spirit, like you say, usually the underdogs usually do, but we don't this season, and it's randomness, especially during this part.
Yeah, we can just get randomly taken out even if they're in control, or if they're could have wiggled their way out.
Exactly. All right.
Okay, let's see some alliances, see what all the merged alliances are. We got Bob and Chantel.
Killer Bass is just gonna decimate us.
Yeah, this is a pretty strong 7-person alliance right here.
Yeah.
They're all very strong.
Well, so it's definitely going to take the randomness in order for that team to split up.
Yeah,
so that kind of plays in more so at not this vote, but the one after. That's when the randomness starts.
Yeah, and then we got your threesome that managed to make it here the right way. And we don't have anything on Harley or Elsa. I guess their alliances just got scrubbed if they had any.
Pretty much.
Okay, and a lot of unbreakable relationships.
Any new ones sprout?
I don't think so. I guess Bob and Harley Quinn are. I guess he's trying to protect Harley.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. No pain, no gain. Jason gets the torture. The camper must lay down on a bed of spikes, and he
Jesus.
fails to complete his torture and is eliminated. I get that, Jason. I really do.
Harley's gonna win this because she eats torture for breakfast.
Zane gets next order. Turtle slap shots. The camera stand in front of a goal while Chef Hatchet slap shots angry snapping turtles at the camper. And he fails to complete his torture. Elsa gets next torture. New Age music. The camper must listen to New Age music, and she passes her torture and moves on.
She sings along to it and everything.
Yep, exactly.
And
she loves it.
Everyone's moved by it.
Brian gets the next torture. Yellow Jacket. The camper must have his or her front covered in bees, and he passes his torture.
All right.
Brian chooses Bob to do a skunk jump.
Bob's got this.
And he completes the torture of jumping over onto a series of skunks and rocks. Ted gets the torture. The camera must get a literal mud mask, and he fails to complete his torture. That is too, that does not fit his Midwestern culture.
He can't mess up his mustache.
Exactly.
Without Ted Lasso's mustache, it's just Jason Sudeikis. Great on his own, but Ted is Jason's ultimate form.
Okay, Karishma gets the torture hair plucking. The camper must endure strands of hair being plucked from their head, and she passes the torture.
I hope not too much. I mean, Total Drama loves their hair removal techniques.
Yeah.
But hopefully not too much. Damn.
Chantel gets next torture, Sasquatch and Aqua. The camper must get inside a wooden crate with Sasquatch and Aqua. And she passes her torture and moves on.
Damn.
Bob gets the torture wooden shorts. The camper must wear wooden shorts while a woodpecker pecks away at them. And he passes the torture.
All right.
Harley gets next torture a ghost pepper taste test. The camper must eat a ghost pepper and chew it. She fails to complete her torture and is eliminated.
This is bullshit. She's like the one that was supposed to win this challenge.
I think that it was so hot that it literally knocked her out, and they just were like, she can't compete anymore. That was it.
That was disappointing.
Yeah. Uraraka gets the next water balloon headshots. The camper must take water balloons to the face, and she fails. She does not want to do it.
That's one of the more mild ones.
Yeah, that's something I think most people would do.
Yeah, you just brush it off really simply.
Yeah. Anya gets next torture. The Wawanakwa hair salon. The camper must get a haircut with a chainsaw.
No.
She fails to complete her torture and is eliminated. She's just not gonna do it. She's just like, I need to be blonde. They like the blondes better. They do better. They perform better.
Yeah.
Ira gets you smell. The camper must stick his or her head inside the kitchen garbage, and he passes his torture and moves on.
Ira does it.
Osa gets next torture. The camper must be wrapped tight by a snake, and she passes her torture.
The snake can't handle the cold that she provides. All right.
Karishma gets ice cream brain freeze. The camper must eat a large tub of ice cream, and she eats that. She loves ice cream.
Exactly. That's not torture.
Yeah. Chantel gets the next torture. Voices out. The camera must listen to their own voice, and she passes her torture and moves on. She's a stand-up comedian. She's used to hearing her own voice.
Exactly.
Bob gets next torture. Kangaroo. The camper must sit in the pouch of a kangaroo, and he passes his torture out. I want to see Bob in the pouch of a kangaroo.
Any of our viewers that are good at Photoshop, please.
That'd be hilarious. Yeah. Bob chooses Chantel to do marshmallow waxing.
Oh.
The camera must have their face waxed using melted marshmallows, and she completes her torture and eliminates Bob.
I feel like this is the only way people are going to get eliminated. Everyone that's left, they're pretty good at these tortures.
Yeah. Ira gets next torture. lake leeches. The camper must sit in a barrel full of water and lake leeches, and he passes torture and moves on.
He's just happy that the leeches are giving him attention.
Yeah, exactly. Elsa gets the next torture. Got milk too. The camper must attempt to milk an angry bull. She fails to complete her torture and is eliminated.
Also, bulls don't have udders.
Yeah, they don't.
So like she realizes this and she's like, no, I can't milk something that doesn't have an udder.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to use common sense, Chris McLean.
And he doesn't like that. So he's like, all right, you're eliminated.
Yep. Charisma gets the next torture. Poison ivy spa treatment. The camper must have his or her head wrapped in poison ivy, and she passes her torture and moves on.
Charisma is taking it like a champ.
Yeah. Chantel gets the next torture. Tickle onslaught. The camper must endure 1 minute of constant tickling.
This is gonna break her.
And she fails to complete the torture and is eliminated. That is torture.
That's probably the most brutal one.
Yeah, that is
all right.
Bad.
Ira
and Krishna are the final two left. Ira gets the final torture.
Come on, Ira.
Beratement. The camper must listen to Chef berates them. This might be Ira's weakness.
Does Mark come out?
Ira passes his torture and wins invincibility.
Ira's inner Mark is coming out now.
Yeah.
We see little hints of it coming through. And yep. Good job, Ira.
Bob and Ira are finding something in common too. Harley and Jason are now responding strongly.
Okay.
Jason is targeting Bob. Jason has a slightly negative opinion about Bob and considers him a small threat.
Understandable.
Yeah, I get that, him considering him a threat. Harley is targeting Ted. Harley considers Ted a threat.
Probably one of the biggest threats out there.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. Ira is targeting Zane. Ira considers Zane a huge threat.
You're gonna have to explain that, Ira.
I mean, Zane's gotten the first marshmallow like every time, like 3 times they went.
Still, I don't. Okay.
Ted is targeting Harley. Ted has a slightly negative opinion about Harley.
I can see that.
Chantel is targeting Brian. Chantel considers Brian a huge threat.
All right.
And Bob is targeting Jason. Bob has a slightly negative opinion about Jason and considers him a small threat.
All right. So I feel.
Oh yeah, this is. They're just gonna say that they're gonna reveal who's voting for who.
All right. So who I think is gonna get eliminated? The numbers are tough. I think whoever Ted targets is the target, so I'm gonna say it's Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you on that one and say Harley as well. I think Ted's got a lot of power in this game. I think the only way he goes out is by shenanigans or
one of the BS.
Yeah.
One of the BS things.
Yeah. Anya voted for Jason, so that's 1 vote for Jason. Bob voted for Jason. That's 2 votes for Jason. Brian voted for Jason. That's 3 votes for Jason. Elsa voted for Jason. That's 4 votes for Jason.
He's kind of racking up the points.
Harley voted for Ted. Ira voted for Zane. Jason votes for Zane. That's 2 for Zane. Karishma voted for Jason.
He just needs 1 more and he's done.
And Uraraka voted for Jason.
Jason is going home.
Chantel voted for Zane. Ted voted for Zane. And Zane voted for Jason.
Yep.
So Jason is out.
Yep.
Right there at the there. That's him gone.
All right. So this one can involve multiple immunities.
Yeah. A lot of people can get safe if or no like no one can get safe. Yeah.
It depends on so many different factors.
Yeah.
Unbreakable, unbreakable, unbreakable.
Everyone likes each other. Okay, Harley found a dud key and wins nothing.
Damn.
Ira could never find a key and wins nothing.
Aw.
Zane found a dud key and wins nothing. Elsa found a dud key and wins nothing. Bob wins a leg lamp.
He enjoys it. He
Yeah,
appreciates it
he's
for
like,
what-
I'd rather have this than invincibility.
Yeah.
Krishna wins chips and a can of pop.
Nice. Good for
Ted
her.
also wins a leg lamp.
She's gonna display it in his office.
Chantel wins cologne.
Okay.
Uraraka wins an accordion.
All right.
Brian wins a toaster.
Okay.
Anya wins a gift basket, which also contains invincibility. So Anya is safe.
Do they save all the immunities for? Oh no, she was the only one.
Yep. Yeah, I think the other one is the next one actually, where it's where if you get someone else, then you can also get invincibility.
Yeah, there's like multiple ways. To win that.
Yeah. Okay. Events. Elsa and Harley have a minor disagreement.
This comes back again. Oh my.
Yep. Elsa is targeting Brian. Elsa considers Brian a huge threat. Zane is targeting Ira. Zane considers Ira a threat.
Yes, but no.
It's because you voted for him last time. Now he's like angry.
Yeah.
Harley is targeting Zane. Harley considers Zane a huge threat.
Come on, Harley.
Anya is targeting Bob. Anya considers Bob a threat.
They know each other's game all too well.
Exactly. They're like, we can't let them get any further. We got to get rid of Bob now.
Yeah.
Okay. But Elsa and Harley still kind of going at it a little bit.
But they're not targeting each other. So I think maybe it could be Zane.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah,
I'm going to say Zane.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure either. I'll say Zane with you. First marshmallow goes to Anya.
Yep.
Second marshmallow goes to Chantel. Third marshmallow goes to Ira.
All right.
Fourth marshmallow goes to Elsa. Fifth marshmallow goes to Harley.
Okay.
Sixth marshmallow goes to Karishma. Seventh marshmallow goes to Uraraka. Okay, we're down to Bob, Brian, Ted, and Zane.
I hope it's Zane.
Yeah, I hope it's Zane too. I want the other three to make it a little further.
All right. There's only one way to find out.
Ted gets the eighth marshmallow.
Come on, kid. Bob,
Ninth marshmallow goes to Brian. We're down to Bob and Zane.
Better be Zane.
10th marshmallow goes to Zane. No! Bob goes home.
Bob.
Wow. Wow.
Bob.
That's not good.
No.
His last chance
Bob.
has come to a close.
Bob.
He did so good too. He was doing so good. Oh. Damn.
Shit, no.
Okay, well, Bob voted for Zane. Anya voted for Bob. Brian voted for Bob. Elsa voted for Brian. Harley voted for Zane. Ira voted for Zane. Karishma voted for Bob. Uraraka voted for Bob. Chantel voted for Brian. Ted voted for Bob. And Zane voted for Bob. Wow.
It's too good for this world.
Yeah. Man, that's unfortunate. I really thought he was at least make it, like final 8 or so.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is our official final 10.
Yeah, final 10 here. Yeah. Ted's still playing a great game.
Yeah. The Screaming Gopher underdogs, they're still in it. They're still doing pretty decent, all things considered, even though they lost Bob.
They lost their heart and soul of the team.
Yep.
Okay. More unbreakable relationships. It looks like Harley and Elsa feel mutual extreme hatred towards one another.
Jesus.
I think they might turn on each other pretty soon.
Maybe.
Chantel is found by Chef Hatchet's. Chantel is shot by Chef Hatchet's water gun. Uraraka is found by Chef Hatchet's. Elsa is found by Chef Hatchet's. Anya is found by Chef Hatchet's. Uraraka is shot by Chef Hatchet's water gun. Zane is found by Chef Hatchet's. Anya is shot by Chef Hatchet's water gun. Anya tags Brian and wins invincibility. Anya is safe.
Good job, Anya.
Yeah, she just immediately gets shot and just immediately tags Brian right next to him and is like, okay, I'm good.
Yep.
Elsa is shot by Chef Hatch's water gun. Elsa tags Ira and wins invincibility.
Damn, come on, Ira. You can
Karishma is found by Chef Hatchet. Karishma makes it to home base without getting shot and wins invincibility. Zane is shot by Chef Hatchet's water gun. Harley is found by Chef Hatchet's. Harley makes it to home base without getting shot and wins invincibility. Ted is the last camper hiding and wins invincibility.
So we got 4 people, 5 people with it. Half the people are immune.
Yeah. And some of those are Harley and Elsa, who are the 2 people who didn't like each other.
Yep. So the people that are vulnerable are me, Ira, Zane.
And a new alliance forms between Elsa, Ira, Karishma, and Uraraka.
Interesting. So Uraraka is vulnerable, Ira's vulnerable, Zane is vulnerable. I think Brian's vulnerable.
Yeah.
Okay. And Chantel is
Anya is targeting Chantel. Anya has a slightly negative opinion about Chantel. Harley is targeting Zane. Harley considers Zane a huge threat.
I can see that.
Chantel is targeting Brian. Chantel considers Brian a huge threat.
No.
And Ted is targeting Ira. Ted has a slightly negative opinion about Ira and considers him a small threat.
He sees the mark.
That's not good. That's not good being targeted by Ted.
No. So I think it could be, the 3 are Brian, Ira, and Zane. That's not only because those were pretty much the only 3 that were mentioned.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it's you. I'm gonna say Zane.
We'll see. We haven't seen enough of Ira yet.
First marshmallow goes to Karishma. Second marshmallow goes to Ted. Third marshmallow goes to Elsa. Fourth marshmallow goes to Harley. Fifth marshmallow goes to Anya. Sixth marshmallow goes to Chantel. Okay, we're down to Brian, Ira, Uraraka, and Zane.
I think Uraraka is safe, and then it's like whatever the gods decide for the final 3.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Uraraka gets the 7th marshmallow. 8th marshmallow goes to Ira. You're safe.
All right.
And the 9th marshmallow goes to Zane. Brian Heidick is voted out.
Dang.
Zane is somehow still here. He's kind of just barely scraping by.
Yeah.
So Anya voted for Brian. Brian voted for Zane. Elsa voted for Brian. Harley voted for Zane. Ira voted for Brian. Karishma voted for Brian. Uraraka voted for Zane. Chantel voted for Brian. Ted voted for Zane. And Zane voted for Brian.
All right. Now this one is super fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe the next 2 are just shenanigan ridden, and it's just it's terrible.
Well, even the one after that, because no one wins immunity in that one. It's just straight vote.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Okay, Harley and Elsa still not liking each other. They're gonna have to duke it out soon.
We'll see.
Okay.
All right.
So Harley selects the bike made by Ted, so that's probably a pretty good bike.
Yeah.
Ira selects the bike made by Zane.
Oh, that might be. Well, then again, Zane is pretty. Isn't he like a mechanic and stuff?
Yeah, I thought so.
So I feel like that's going to be a sturdy bike.
Yeah. Chantel selects the bike made by Ira.
Ira would probably make a shitty bike because he doesn't want to compete in this one.
Yeah. Uraraka selects the bike made by Anya. Krishna selects the bike made by Elsa. Anya selects the bike made by Harley.
Anya might die.
Yeah, it's gonna have a bomb attached to it, probably.
Pretty much.
Zane selects the bike made by Karishma. Ted selects the bike made by Chantel. And Elsa selects the bike made by Uraraka.
Hers floats, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah. Karishma crosses the finish line in the bike made by Elsa.
All right.
Anya crossed the finish line in the bike made by Harley. Elsa crossed the finish line in the bike made by Uraraka. Ira crossed the finish line in the bike made by Zane.
Okay.
Chantel fails to finish in the bike made by Ira.
Good.
Harley fails to finish in the bike made by Ted.
So Ted is safe.
Uraraka fails to finish in the bike made by Anya.
Also safe.
Zane fails to finish in the bike made by Karishma. Ted fails to finish in the bike made by Chantel.
All right.
Yeah, we got four competing. We got Elsa, Harley, Uraraka, and Zane.
I hope it's Zane because, like, I want this. I want this Elsa Harley rivalry to keep going, and I like Uraraka. She needs to stay.
Yeah, I want her to make it to the end. Honestly, like I she's had a rough go of it of just barely missing out. I want to see her do good.
This is gonna be nervous. All right.
Harley finishes first.
All right, Harley's good.
Oh, Uraraka finishes second.
Do the other two make it?
Zane finishes third.
Come on. Elsa failed.
Elsa fails to complete the challenge, meaning Harley wins invincibility and Zane has to walk the dock of shame.
This is probably my favorite. This is the best case scenario for me.
It kind of is, yeah. Okay, so Zane is eliminated. Ira and Chantel bond slightly, and Elsa leaves this alliance.
Interesting.
She's out.
All right, so this is
final
our final
8. Okay, let's do another assessment, I guess.
Yeah, so Anya playing a pretty solid game. If we look at how she's been doing in challenges, as well as when it comes to getting along with her team and stuff, she's doing pretty solid. Yeah, Elsa and Harley, they're going to go around, but they keep pulling through. They keep pulling through.
Yeah.
Ira is no joke either. Neither is Chantel. I feel like everyone here is doing a solid job.
Yeah.
It's really hard to choose. I mean, Zane was like the last one where I was like, but even then he was playing a good game, you know?
He was, racking up a lot of votes, could have been eliminated many times. But no, this is pretty good so far. You haven't been decimated. We're actually tied.
Yeah. And Ted and Ira are the only guys left.
Yeah, that's true. This is a very female-dominant season so far, which is crazy because at that merge area, there was only 4 girls and 6 guys. They brought in 2 more girls, and the girls have since then kind of dominated. And
the guys have been just going at each other.
Yeah.
All right, so this one, I think we'll see more of Ira's true colors because now it's like horror.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, everyone's mutual strong bonds. Okay, so the first camper killed is Harley. Chantel is the second camper killed.
All right.
Anya is the third camper killed. Elsa is the fourth camper killed. Uraraka is the fifth camper killed. Ted is the 6th camper killed.
All right. Do I win immunity?
And Karishma is the 7th camper killed.
Oh,
Ira
no!
is the last camper alive.
He scares. He reveals his inner Mark. Mark being his alter ego, scares the killer, and then he is safe.
Wow, that's crazy. So Uraraka and Ted find something in common, and Harley and Ted have a major fight.
None of this really matters, though.
Yeah.
So this is random, so it could be anyone.
Anyone but Ira.
I think
Harley Quinn does the worst job at surviving.
No!
Wow. She was the first camper killed.
I know, but still. Well, I'm glad, this redeemed, her story and a character on our channel. So at least she has that.
Yeah, she made a decent run.
I'm happy with her performance. She made it a hell of a run.
Yeah, true. Okay, here we are, final 7 now.
And no one can be immune for this.
Yeah, true. Okay, relationships.
Everyone's happy.
Everyone's happy still. Okay. Chantel selects the bear.
Oh no.
Let's bring the bear back. Elsa selects the frog.
All right.
Karishma selects the deer. Ted selects the duck.
That's like the perfect thing ever.
Yeah, it's the great for him. Anya selects the raccoon.
All right.
Ira selects the beaver.
Oh.
And Uraraka selects the chipmunk.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right, so who wins?
Karishma brings back the deer first and wins a feast.
I think this puts a target on her back.
Ted brings back the duck seconds. Chantel brings back the bear. Uraraka brings back the chipmunk. Anya brings back the raccoon.
Is he going to have to?
Elsa brings back the frog, meaning Ira has to clean the communal washrooms.
But will he be eliminated before that happens? We have to find out.
Okay.
So there are targets.
Ted is targeting Ira. Ted considers Ira a threat.
Yes, Mark is out.
Yeah. Anya is targeting Chantel. Anya has a slightly negative opinion about Chantel.
All right.
Elsa is targeting Ted. Elsa has a slightly negative opinion about Ted and considers him a small threat.
So he's the biggest threat.
Uraraka is targeting Elsa. Uraraka does not like Elsa. Ira is targeting Anya. Ira considers Anya a huge threat.
This is totally up in the air.
Yeah, we might have like a lot of different votes going different places.
All right, so I feel this one. I say it's free range. If I'm going to make a prediction, I can't really. Maybe because I don't want to jinx it either, but like.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, I'm kind of honestly leaning towards saying Ira, but I don't want it to be you. I don't want it
Ira
to.
is like, he's showing his colors as Mark, and Mark has Regina tendencies, like, except Mark has the benefit of, like, not everyone suspecting any ill feelings from him. So we got to see that Mark come out more,
Yeah. We'll see. I just know Ted's targeting him, and that's not good.
I think Ira needs to take out Ted.
First marshmallow goes to Chantel.
All right.
Second marshmallow goes to Uraraka. Third marshmallow goes to Karishma. Fourth marshmallow goes to Elsa. Okay, we have a tie here between Anya, Ira, and Ted, or the last ones here.
I don't know who's gonna go home here.
Yeah,
it's gonna suck either way.
Fifth marshmallow goes to Ira. It's either Anya or Ted.
Oh no!
Ted gets the last marshmallow, sending Anya home. Wow, that is unexpected.
Dang, Anya.
Anya and Elsa.
All right. So this is our final 6. One of these people will be our winner. It's crazy to think. Gotta say, Uraraka's been this far before. It's scary. It's scary territory for her.
Yeah. It's tough waters.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I think this is the last real votes, and then the rest kind of is all shenanigans. Like it's really just kind of, who knows what's going to happen.
Exactly.
So that could be her saving grace. To be honest, this might be the perfect season for her.
I don't know. All right.
Okay.
Everyone's getting along.
Everyone likes each other still. Yep. Okay. So this is where everyone got paired up. So Ira and Chantel are the first pair.
I think that's a strong pair.
Frischman and Uraraka are the second pair.
All right.
And the third pair is Elsa and Ted.
I think I
kind of like this pair.
These are probably the best compositions out of like who's left.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like all these partnerships work,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Right.
Okay, so Ira and Chantel win challenge number 1.
I guess it looks like
they win challenge number 2, meaning they are safe.
Woo! All right.
Okay, and they bond. Ira is now targeting Ted. Ira considers Ted a threat. Is this where Ted goes home?
I think so. Mark is coming out, and he's like, Ted, it's your time to go.
Elsa is targeting Karishma. Chantel is targeting Uraraka. And Uraraka is targeting Elsa.
All right. I feel like it's Ted.
I don't know. I kind of can see it being anyone but the people who want invincibility. A lot of people are being targeted right here.
Yeah, but I have a sneaking suspicion.
First marshmallow goes to Ira. Second marshmallow goes to Chantel. Third marshmallow goes to Karishma. Fourth marshmallow goes to Elsa.
So it's either
Uraraka or Ted Lasso. And Uraraka receives. Oh.
No!
Why did you have to be right, Ryan? Why did you have to be right? Oh, that's brutal.
I knew it, but it doesn't lessen my pain.
That sucks. Well, I can assure you, he's taking my last chance mail spots.
Understandable. I mean, damn it.
Damn.
He played a hell of a game, but it's like.
Yeah, Chantel and Ted loaded together.
Okay, this one is scary.
Yeah, this is the losers. Oh man, that was so sad. I'm actually I'm starting to get hiccups now because I'm so devastated.
Oh god, this one.
Okay, all the losers now get a say in everything.
I'm nervous. There is no rhyme or reason behind this either.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see who is getting voted out. Anya. Oh wait, did it just skip who got voted?
I mean, I think that might.
Well, okay. I thought that would show me and then have the vote reveal, but okay.
No, I think because in the show everyone just said Lashana out loud, so I think like that's how it's going to go down.
Yeah, true.
All right.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so Anya voted for Uraraka. Aurora voted for Karishma. Becky voted for Karishma. Bob voted for Uraraka. Brad voted for Ira. Brian voted for Ira. Bruce voted for Karishma. Christy voted for Karishma. Danny voted for Ira. Davey voted for Ira. Harley voted for Karishma. Jane voted for Uraraka.
I don't have enough fingers for this.
Jason voted for Uraraka. Ratcatcher 2 voted for Karishma. Ted voted for Ira. Yzma voted for Ira. And Zane voted for Ira.
No!
Ira is voted out.
That is bullshit.
Just at the last second, just everyone voted for Ira.
That is bullshit. I knew he had to go, but that is bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, whoever goes there is just unfortunate. It's never a good like way to go.
Especially like in the show, that's the furthest Lashana ever makes it in the show. Yeah. And to be honest, she's someone that should have, all things considered, probably have won that game. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is bullshit.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Relationships here. Okay. The first pair consists of Karishma and Chantel. Second pair is Elsa and Uraraka. We gotta also say it's an all-female Final Four.
Yeah, and we have and it's interesting how this turns out. We have Survivor contestants versus fictional animated contestants.
Yeah. So let's see who's the better pair. Karishma and Chantel win invincibility.
So it's either Elsa or
Uraraka.
For Uraraka, we've seen this happen.
She's been booted at Final Four so many times, but she creates a new alliance with Chantel.
Can that be her saving grace?
I think it is. Okay. First marshmallow goes to Karishma. Second marshmallow goes to Chantel.
Uraraka, get it?
And Uraraka gets it. Bex else has to go home, but Uraraka, I think this is her season.
Yeah, I feel it is. I mean, this is our final three. Granted, we have like 2 more to go, but let's do another assessment because like out of these 3, Uraraka playing a pretty dominant game throughout. This is like, you know, she's dreamed of coming this far, but you know, it's always like this level where it's the last one before elimination. Chantel playing a phenomenal game. And Karishma maybe a bit more quiet, but she's still putting in the work.
Yeah, it's probably in the order. It's probably Uraraka first, Chantel, and then Karishma. But of course, it doesn't really matter because at the end, it's just a challenge.
I think it's Chantel above Uraraka just a smidget, but yeah, I'm definitely very close between these 2.
Okay. We'll see. Okay.
All right.
Everyone's getting along with everyone.
Yep.
Elimination challenge. Chantel gets a dare from Aurora. Chew your own toenails slowly.
All right.
Chantel passes the dare to Uraraka. And she completes the dare.
All right.
Okay, Karishma gets a dare from Zane. Wear a bee beard. Karishma passes the dare to Chantel. Chantel refuses the dare and is eliminated.
That's bullshit.
She just immediately said no.
Maybe she's allergic to bees.
Yeah, I don't know. Wow, that is crazy.
Well, damn.
Wow, just like that.
So this is looking good.
Chantel has a major meltdown about the bees.
All right, so I feel either way we have. I knew I kind of called it, but Karishma's been on our channel so many times. And we have Uraraka where, you know, like this is the farthest it's gone. She can taste the victory. And honestly, if this was a challenge, because of her quirk, a lot of it is about defying gravity. Yeah. So that gives her in 2 out of the 3 legs, that gives her an advantage. Yeah. Climbing a pole and then going over a canyon.
Yeah.
She has this.
Yeah, this really, I think this is Uraraka's season here. Let's see if she can execute though. Okay, so Karishma has 10 supporters and Uraraka has 10 supporters. It's an even split.
Splits.
Wow. But Uraraka's got Ted cheering and coaching her through it.
Yeah, so I feel like it's a little bit GG's. And Chantel Pastor can invoke like spirit. Elsa has powers. So, and they have rat, and I feel like Uraraka has the better people, and Ratcatcher too.
Yeah.
You know, the rats can help so much.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, there's definitely I think Uraraka's got the better people to cheer for her and coach her. So
come on, Uraraka.
Okay. Karishma wears the cow hats. Uraraka is going to wear the chicken hats.
Come on.
Uraraka retrieves this flag first.
Zero gravity.
Karishma retrieves the flag.
All right, come on,
Uraraka makes it across the bridge with the eagle egg. And Uraraka crosses the finish line. Uraraka is the winner.
A very deserving winner.
Yeah.
Nonetheless.
She will receive, we're going to say that's $1 million because we're going so by survivor roles. But congratulations, Uraraka.
Good job.
Winning Last Chance 2.
Yep.
And just for fun, let's see what our Total Drama action cast will be.
If Ira has to be in it.
Okay. This is your group. Ira's not in it.
What?
We got Anya Taylor-Joy. We got Becky Lee. We got Bob Crow. We got Brad Reeves, Danny Sexbang, Davey Rickenbacker, Elsa, Harley Quinn, Jason Linden, Ratcatcher 2, Chantel Smith, Ted Lasso, Yzma, and Zane Knight.
Ira Mark isn't here, so I cannot make this valid. I just can't.
You can be the Courtney of this season, where she just comes in.
Ira just comes in full mark and just like is going to win the game. Yeah. But wow, I'd say this was a very. I know Total Drama seasons, they can be a little bit. They can be. I'm saying like they can always be like, because our second All Stars using this, we both kind of agree it's kind of low. This one I feel is probably the best out of Total Drama simulators we've done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, out of the two.
Yeah. Wait, didn't we do it? No, wait, that was another.
Yeah. We've only done 2 Total Dramas.
That was Australian, my bad.
Yeah, true. But yeah, Uraraka finally getting her win. Ted, I can assure you, will be back for All Stars 8.
Yeah, I already know the 2. All right. Nice. Well, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this. Thanks for sticking it out.
We still got some statistics. You're ahead of your horses.
Oh, sorry. Ira won 3.
Yeah. Look at that. Becky and Brad had the most votes with 12 and 12, and they were pre-merge.
Damn. All right.
Chantel only getting 1 vote for her, so good for her.
Well, I mean, she was super likable throughout it all, so I understand.
Yeah, true. Right. But now that will do it for this episode of the Day After podcast.
All right, guys, keep an eye out for our draft for All Stars 8.
Yeah. Yep. We'll see you in the next one.
Peace out, guys.